Hello you guys, welcome to the channel, guys and girls. And tonight we do have my favorite, which is what do we need to know for the moment and in general for next few days. And that is something in between me and Pisces Moonbeam. We were talking about it, and when I saw the cards today, I kind of laughed and told her, that's it then. I mean, it is what you said, because what we do have for the collective, okay, it's pretty strong message here. So the first card that I drew, which I drew a few hours ago, just so I can use it for the thumbnail. By the way, that is a way how you can examine the cards by yourself. If you do want to, you can check out the thumbnail and you will see the cards there. But the first one I drew, that was the Magician card. Then the second one I drew, that was the Eight of Wands. And the third one that I drew, that was the Tower. So that is the Elemental Dignity, really strong one. It's very explosive and in the same time pretty impulsive as well. So what do we need to know? It relates to a thing, an enterprise, a venture, a job, a project, a thing that recently, out of nowhere, literally out of nowhere, it's crumbled. Well, that doesn't do it really justice. Let's say went down in flames. And it was just out of nowhere, being beyond your control, right? And what do we need to know according to these cards? It is that we can channel the grief, the sense of loss, the disappointment, whatever that's going down in flames did to you. It made you cry, it made you feel helpless, hopeless as well, weak, vulnerable, and so on and so forth, right? That is an impulse that we can channel for whatever we want. That is what we need to know. We can channel it, that impulse, to bring back that thing on its feet, should we want to, or should we choose, or we can channel it to do something else. And for what those cards are saying, doing it or channeling it for something else is the better choice than trying to fix it, unless it does fix itself on its own accord. And another thing that it's really important that we need to know, it is that should that thing fix itself, right? It kind of like it repairs on its own accord or by itself or through time, then whatever was the procedure or whatever was, I can't really say the reason, but let's say the process of bringing it down in flames was so it can mend. It was a, so to speak, a purging effect in order to cleanse the job. For example, if job went down in flames, but then it fixed itself, right? Then that was a cleansing effect on the job itself. Or a project may went through the same process, or a relationship, which is very common, may went down in same process. Like, for example, you being break up with out of nowhere, and then a few days later you're getting back together again. And that process of breaking up and getting back, it's a cleansing process on the relationship itself. It quenches it, like a blacksmith quenches the blade in a barrel of oil or in a barrel of water. The oil quenches better, but I am kind of like digressing here. And the blade hardens and becomes a real steel, right? So that is the process of quenching. And that doesn't change the fact that from now on, I mean, sitting on the top of this cleansing effect. We can choose a direction, whichever one we want. And thus, the time is ours now. Truly exert and implant, if you will, our will, sovereignty, what we wish, and to push forward the ideas we have, the agenda we have, or to do what we think is going to make us happy and provide for us. And all that, again, is through channeling these negative emotions we had in the last couple of days or maybe a week. So that was the collective message. And now a few notes about the show before I move forward. There are going to be 12 readings, just as this one, for each star sign. I'm going to run down the ecliptic, meaning that I'm going to start from Aries and I'm going to end up with Pisces. The readings are going to be on a subject, what does this star sign needs to know right now, or the people that are under that star sign need to know right now. And bear in mind that these are going to be a general readings for cumulative, for a collectively for the star signs. So they seldom happen to be exactly the answer to whatever questions you do have. You can use that information for guidance, of course, and as information to open your eyes for more options available, for more possibilities. But if you do wish your own personal situations to be a subject of my tarot interpretations, you can go to my website, which link you're going to find in the description down below. And there at the very front page, you're going to see a full list of my services, and as well their pricing. So based on your budget and as well your needs, you can go for whichever one literally suits you best. Other than that, you can support the show by subscribing for the channel and liking and engaging with the live stream and later with the video. That's going to help us tremendously with the YouTube algorithm. And finally, you can support it as well financially through Super Chat or through PayPal. Any donation being done will receive a reading at the end of the stream. That is pretty much guaranteed. Now, with that being handled and get out of the way, going first is Aries. You can track which star sign I'm reading for by the glyph being displayed over here, that it is on my right hand side. And first one, as you can see, that will be Aries. So let me shuffle and see what you Rams gotta know. By the way, Yasmin, thank you for the 20. Thank you, Yasmin. Let me put you into the list. All right, first card for Aries, that will be the Ace of Cups. Followed by the second card, which stands as the Moon. It's gonna be an awesome thing. The High Priestess. Right. It's so attuned to the general reading that I just cannot miss to mention it. So not just only what broke will be restored, but it will be restored in a way that you want, maybe. So what do you need to know? It is what you lost hope into will be regained. Whether you lost hope in love and that hope will be regained through you, of course, finding love, or you lost hope in your job and that hope will be regained through regaining back your job, and so on and so forth. So whatever you Aries had lost hope into, this hope will be regained in the next few days. And it will be there to stay. It will be for good, literally. Or at least until you decide, should you decide, like ever, to let go of it or to make severance. So that is literally your message. That whatever spot in your heart emptied due to unpredicted circumstances, whether again you have been broken up with or you have been laid off and so on and so forth, and that emptied your heart and you lost hope into it, will be regained. And nothing is gonna look and feel the same being seen through that overflowing joy. And this will transcend your reality into something you're gonna be freaking love it. You will literally gonna freaking love it. All right, so that was Aries. Next, Taurus. Pisces moonbeam is Aries rising, by the way. Pisces moonbeam, cheer up. The Magician for Taurus, followed by Eight of Cups. And then it is the Nine of Wands. You know, Pisces Moonbeam told me once, and I'm mentioning her quite often now, but it's just, I don't know, maybe she's the face of tonight's live stream. She mentioning this once to me, it is that the best revenge you can exert to people that wronged you, especially emotionally, is to show them that you can live better without them, right? And so that is, it doesn't need to be related to people for you, Taurus, but with these three cards, let me show them to you one more time as proper, as an elemental dignity here. So these are the three cards. We do have the Magician first, and then the influences are the Eight of Wands, the Nine of Wands, I'm sorry, and the Eight of Cups. So they show that you are gonna feed, or you can, because that's a guidance here. So you can feed of a underwhelming, I don't want to say unfortunate, it's more like a underwhelming state or an underwhelming situation. Like say someone promised you something and it's not like they haven't delivered, they just under delivered, right? And so that kind of like made you, or is about to make you, despondent, for the lack of a better word here. And you can channel and tap into this emotion and fix things for yourself, right? Do something good for yourself. Do something that is gonna make you not just only being proud of yourself, but also is going to build up even more your personal sovereignty at work, your personal sovereignty at your social circle, your personal sovereignty in your relationship, if you will, in a way that everyone that is involved in the situation, whether your spouse, whether your boss, whether friends, and so on and so forth, will have no other choice but to accept you for who you are. And not just only them, but especially for you guys, Tauruses who are single, that will attract type of people that will that are going to have the readiness and the willingness to like and love you for exactly who you are. You don't have to change anything about yourself. You don't have to make a shred of compromise whatsoever in order to make things work. Whether though you're going to accept them for who they are, well, that is another story. So you are going to have options available in front of you, and it all going to come to that, whether you're going to like the option or not. The question ain't going to be, is that option will be always available, or how available to you. Yeah, best revenge is living well, despite them or without them, either way. Gemini. My God. Hold on a second. All right, what do you need to know, Gemini? 7 of Wands. 7 of Cups. Knight of Pentacles. I mean it. That's it's a complex and as well quite complicated one. Knight of Pentacles and 7 of Wands. Hello, Danny. Oh. Hey, Yasmin. Thank you for the 20 again. Give me a second, guys. Mattia, thank you for the 20. So you want, you have a specific inquiry, which is a forecast for Pluto in Capricorn, which is September 3rd to November 9th. All right. Let me put you into a list. All right. So Gemini, I don't know how to explain it. Now, 7 of Wands and Knights of Pentacles, it's when it isn't about getting something, but it is about not overperforming in it. Okay? It's like putting too much season in your meal, in your dish, in your entree, and from too much seasoning, it becomes awful, right? You can barely eat it. So it's over seasoning the situation, if I may put it that way, whatever situation you're in. Additionally to it, these 2 cards represent that it doesn't take that much of an effort. In fact, it takes far less effort than you may think it's gonna take. That is most likely related to work and to something that requires a predictable but a consistent steps, right? So whatever prediction you do have, it is the worst of the worst, and things are gonna go far easier than you may think they are going to be, or they are going to be way less, way less demanding than you may think. And what I love in your reading is those 2 cards, 7 of Wands and 7 of Cups. Okay. And what they show is that you no longer need to dream. Okay, because the dream is real. It all comes to that, whether you can sustain it or not. That could be valid for the big 3, right? The big 3, which are 3, which are job, love, or a social circle. So you are finally about to be there, okay, and over seasoning it it's just only gonna make it harder for you to sustain whatever the dream is. Now, bear in mind that getting the dream under 7 of Wands, it means that there is going to be either a very strong exterior or also interior influence. Under exterior influence, I mean that it may show up someone that wants what you have, or your family may not agree with whatever you are up to, or your friends, okay, and so on and so forth. While when it is interior, then you may think that you don't deserve success, all right? You may think that, I don't know, you aren't good enough, and so on and so forth. And in either way, you need to show resilience. That is literally the sustenance that it is required here. News Devon, thank you for the £5. I'm sorry. Thank you. And as well, Anna, thank you for the 20. Thank you, Anna. Let me put you girls into the list. All right, so that was Gemini. Next will be Cancer. Three of Swords. Two of Wands. Death. Some kind of a strange sound. I don't know if it came from my air conditioner or somewhere outside. But it sounded like something broke. Hopefully not my air conditioner. I'm gonna go out crazy if that's the case. Oh, okay. So those are the three cards for Cancer here. Pretty simple reading for Cancer. Whatever it is in front of you, and it is pretty clear what it is in front of you. So what we're talking about here, it is an enterprise that you do have. It's not my air conditioner. That you do have some progress at the field, whether you are currently dating and you do have a good progress there, or whether you are about to start some kind of a job and you do have a good progress there, or in a friendship and so on and so forth. So a place, an enterprise where you are halfway through or a quarter through, and the progress, it's good, okay? And what you need to know is that your dark thoughts about the future are completely in vain, okay? You don't have to change anything about your performance, about your behavior, about your criteria, literally anything. You don't have to change it. Actually, this defensive state that you do have, that you may fail and you're being careful about it, all right, and so on and so forth, is gonna make you do better than expected. Okay, so bottom line here, what you need to know, it is that whatever anticipation and whatever projection you do have for the future and for the progress in one or another field is on point. All right, so that was Cancer. Next, Leo. So just my point for the Cancer is just don't give up just because you may think that things aren't going to work out. Oh, it is my air conditioner. Oh, what the hell? Oh my God. There was a bug in my air conditioner. Those bugs that having a scissors on their back, you know, which are very common in gardens and sometimes at home. Jesus Christ. Well, I dealt with it. All right, Leo. Yeah. It's just I was that scratching noise from my air conditioner and I just saw it plopping off it like it was quite big for that species. I think it was the mother. Anyway, Leo. I wonder how it went there. Because they don't climb. The moon? Nine of Wands. And then we do have a Four of Wands. Guys, it was disgusting. The only thing I can figure out is if it came from the outside body through the tubes and into the inner body. There is no other way how it can get there. Wow. All right. As well, very simple message, guys. Whatever is happening in your life right now, Leo, it is for your own good, whether you like it or not, and you literally cannot do anything about it. Okay? Either you try to alter outcomes or you sit on your butt. The outcome is going to be pretty much the same. All right? The circumstances, the important aspects that are important for you, whether you agree with it or not, they will be arranged and rearranged the way they are supposed to be, no matter whether you like it or not, because it's about time, at least according to the universe, through these cards, for you to get back on the freaking track. On your own freaking track. Well, I'm very happy, Aspen, that thing could have broke the air conditioner, and they are expensive. Okay, the last thing I need right now is to buy a new air conditioner. That's the last thing I need right now. All right, Virgo. Knight of Cups. Page of Swords, Knight of Swords. We're definitely talking about an individual here, okay, that you do need to know about them. Just give me a second. Well, because the Knight of Cups is the first card, that means that this person does what they please. And in most of the cases, and that is because they are moving toward the dream of their heart, all right? So they are moving toward everything they have ever wanted. And there is a very big chance that may be you, right? So that is something you need to know. Another thing that you do need to know is that they just don't know how to display it. With those two swords cards next to it, this is what happens. They make a hint, they make a statement that in their own minds, it's pretty clear that they want to kind of like go around with you and move forward and see if relationship is going to take place or whatnot. But in the general mind, it means almost nothing. Okay, so they just can't fathom why you aren't just kind of like getting them. And so there is going to be kind of like a problem in the communication there, right? And the way how you can spot that individual, like I said, it is that they do not shy away from making effort, right? They are people that believe that results come only through a hard work. So that said, they will try to seek your company, they will try to seek your attention, but when they get it, they just don't know what to do with it. Okay, so that is how you can recognize that individual. Now, if it is not someone that sees you as everything they have ever wanted, then it is someone that is striving in a way that you will find stupid. Okay, and what do you need to know in that case? It is that you just can't do anything about it. I mean, you gotta let them break their head, figuratively speaking, and move forward, or kind of like leave them to taste their own medicine. Well, it is working, so it's not broken. I mean, the air conditioner. All right, next, Libra. Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Queen of Wands. Very similar to Virgo, right? The difference here, oh, that's Knight of Cups again, not Knight of Pentacles. It's even worse then. Yeah, that is even worse. Wow. All right, guys. Oh my God. I lost my voice. Oh, all right, it's back. So we do have an individual for you as well that feels very subdued, so to speak, when presented with new enterprises. Now imagine you have started dating someone, or you recently start working with someone, and you are to propose experiences to bond, right? Experiences that they haven't had up until this point. And that's going to make them feel very, very bad. Another thing that is going to make them feel very, very bad is if you do presume that you know what is best for them and how to make them, so to speak, change. And also what's going to make them being sad and being despondent and get away from you is if you show superiority as well. So it's a tough relationship. It could be also a friend. It could be a lover, colleague, a friend, a family member, very unlikely, or a boss, right? And I don't know how you can deal with them, literally, because they're, how can I put it into words? I can't even call it an approach, because they're going to be very, very passive, right? On their own accord, and not being able as well to assimilate initiative from others. It makes it extra hard to make a connection with that individual whatsoever. But true emotions can emerge there if you are patient enough and, of course, stubborn enough to kind of make things work out with that person, whether your colleague, whether your boss, or whether a friend or a lover. All right, next, Scorpio. Seven of Wands. Page of Wands. The Lovers. Wow. Wow. Again, it already happened, just like with what star sign it was. So it already happened, a new thing that will fit perfectly with our lives, but also will require sustenance, right? Will require a readiness to jump into action and to defend it from the exterior and interior influence, in order to call it ours, whether a relationship, whether a job, whether a friendship. But I don't think that we're going to have any problems doing so, putting real effort behind it, because, like I said, it's going to fit perfectly. And whatever concerns and problems we do have by that point, however big, resolved by having that thing, whether a job, whether a person, whether a friendship, with us moving forward. So what we need to know is that we do have something in our lives right now that 1,000% deserve all of our dedication and all of our efforts. And it's gonna be the gift that just doesn't stop giving. It just doesn't stop giving. So we do have a treasure. We do have a wealth. Whether that wealth is money, whether that wealth is career, whether that wealth is love, and so on. All right, next, Sagittarius. Magician, the Magician, the Hermit, and it is the Four of Cups. Now that is a pretty simple reading. It's a change of venue, right? Within the next few days, will become clear that there is something more important and essential and substantial for you and for your life. And this conclusion will be reached not through emotions and impulses, but through a sheer wisdom and intelligence. And another thing that you do need to know is that unfortunately throughout this venture, very few people will follow you, because how can I put it into words? It simply is not going to be in no one's favor but your favor. And thus you will truly see who your true friends are, because only those who loves you will follow you into this new destination and this new direction of yours. And by the looks of it, you are gonna make a very, very strong first pushes, for a lack of better expression here, and make a considerable progress for just a few days moving forward. So that is a pretty strong start for you, Sagittarius, that you're gonna have. All right, Capricorn. Nine of Wands. Knight of Wands. The World. First of all, guys, it ain't over, all right? If you do have some kind of a situation like that, and you are wondering whether it is over or not, it isn't. That is something you need to know. And one of the reasons why that's the case, it is because you do have far better and far more options in front of you how to proceed forward than you think you have right now, and those options are going to start revealing themselves within the next few days. And I can't really vouch that all of them are going to be like that, but most of them are going to be very attuned to you. What I mean is that taking those options will play favorably, a lot favorably, very, very favorably for you. So that is something you need to know. And for those of you who are having a heartache right now, I mean, you are in limbo with a girlfriend or with a boyfriend, or you're just limbo with yourself, not knowing how to move forward with your love life, that option is going to show up very, very soon for you. That is what you need to know. All right, next, that will be Aquarius. Seven of Swords, Two of Cups, Ten of Swords. Within the next few days, you Aquarius are going to have the unique situation to enforce your own agenda. One chance. If you have watched, I believe it was Avengers Endgame, where Doctor Strange at the end of the movie showed to the Iron Man, that's the moment. It is one chance to do it. You're gonna have it. It's gonna be pretty clear, because the situation will be like you make it or you break it, and there is no going back from it. Okay, you do it, you stay with it. You don't do it, you stay without it, like forever, right? And that's gonna be the moment where you can do something for yourself. You can enforce your own agenda, and consequently with it, obtain whatever your self-righteousness is telling you you deserve. The respect, the money, the attention, the attitude, and so on and so forth. And usually the situation that will require from you to make that step, irreversible step or irrevocable choice, it will require from you to either storm the situation or show a strong backbone, basically stand your ground. So be prepared for something like that. All right, and last but not least, that will be Pisces. The Fool, Eight of Pentacles, Three of Swords. Ugh. I hate to be that harbinger. I just hate to be that harbinger. But literally what the card says, it is that your plans are not going to work out. Whatever you plan to start or you're preparing to start, highly unlikely to work out. For a couple of reasons. One is just, it's not meant to be. And the second, it will become irrelevant. And for both of those reasons, there will be one outcome. Something better will manifest and is going to show up. So in one case, it was not meant to be, and it is replaced very quickly with another beginning, with another relationship, with another job, that it is simply better than the one you lost. Or the one you are manifesting becomes irrelevant because that something better is again showing up on the horizon. So what you need to remember from this message is that something better is coming your way. Okay? Whether things work out with your plans right now or not, irrelevant. And in fact, with that Three of Swords, the worse the plans go down in flame, the better that new thing is gonna be. Alright guys, so that was for the 12th. And now the super chat. Let me shuffle the cards. Yep, Yapin, you're first. So let's see, what do you need to know? Hey, Taco, welcome to the stream. What do you mean with that? All right, Yasmin, what do you need to know? It does concern, those are cards. It does concern, let me get that Pisces star sign out of here. So those are cards, and they do concern a crisis that it is anticipating or it is about to start. Most likely related with a child. It could be your nephew, a child of the neighbor. It's just a child that you are linked, connected to. You may be pregnant as well, who knows? I mean, you should know, but... Or, yeah, it could be a nephew. And it is a crisis that it is about that, right? And pretty clear, pretty soon will become clear that this crisis, it's not going to happen. So that is what you need to know. Okay. So for example, you may think that you are pregnant and you don't want to have a child, and that's a crisis, and it will turn out that, you know, false alarm. That is just for example. Okay. But bottom line here is that whatever you are concerned about right now, it's either going to be completely in vain, your concern, or it will be very, very tiny. I mean, tiny crisis that will stand no chance against you and those that are going to be with you, because you're not going to have to face it alone. That is another thing that you do need to know. So that is what you need to know. Taco, thank you for a second. The $33.33. Thank you, Taco. Let me put you into the list, mate. You're welcome, Yasmin. Yalabi, thank you for the 20. Thank you. Didn't you brag last time that you were dating someone? Now he's quiet. What happened with the last one? Let me put you into the list as well. It's not, it was not bragging, it is just, you know, an expression. But you said that you were dating last time you mentioned something about that. All right, Mattia, you want to know about your Pluto in Capricorn, so let's check it out. What kind of a transit you're gonna have? Inconsistent, you mean lost interest? Like he didn't want it to meet with you, say, I don't know, 2-3 times a week? No, it wasn't bragging. You just mentioned it that you were doing it, but for me, it is bragging. You know, it's a how can I put it into words? It's a point for bragging, because not everyone can say that, you know. Yeah, I think so, Taco. But yeah, it's that Pluto is gonna deliver for you, all right? These cards are saying that you are gonna have rewards, payments, bonuses, rewards in general, which will set you up for going big. So by the end of this transit, by the end of when did you set it? It goes over. Hold on a second. By the 19th of November, you will have the resources to expand, right? To expand, for example, your business, your living situation, your love situation. You're just gonna have the resources, not just only the resources, but also the manpower you need, because these cards are also related to a help, if you so need, that is going to arrive. But basically, by the end of November, or rather, like by the 19th of November, you will have all of these assets, and you're going to say to yourself, what are you doing the same thing over and over again? I mean, you can go for more, and you can go for more, and I hope that you will go for more. Hello, Jen. So that will be super successful transit for you, Mattia. All right, next, that will be Anna. So let's see, Anna, what do you need to know? By the way, Yanabi, I presume you want to know, is there any prospect to have to start dating again in the near future? Is that what you want to know? Yeah, it's gonna be really, really good one. You're welcome. All right, Anna, those are the cards. See you soon, Mattia. Those are cards, Anna, and they relate to one of your kids, which is gonna have a change of heart, and you are not gonna like it the slightest, right? A change of heart, let's say about either a talent, either an activity. I will try to give you an example. Let's say that one of your children is going on a, I don't know, singing classes, or a some kind of musical instrument classes, and they're doing really, really well there, and you're thinking, hey, that kid has a talent, so we have to push into that direction, and you're kind of putting hopes into that. And suddenly your child comes and says, Mom, I just don't want to. I don't like it. I don't feel it. I want to do something different. And this will bother you, at least for a little while. But ultimately, what the replacement is going to be truly is going to fit with whatever the child wants. So for the next few days, that is just a guidance of the cards. Leave your children to do what they find interesting and support them into it. All right, that'll be prospect. It is, because that's the most, how can I put it into words? That is the most practical one I can give you. All right, next, Taco. Let's see, what do you need to know, mate? And I believe last reading we had was also about your children, I think. So that is a period, if that's so, then that is a period where, I don't know, that is just my personal opinion, but it's a period where you should encourage and support your children into what they find being good for them. Yeah, tacos. All right, Taco. These are the cards. The Lenormand cards. They're pretty easy to interpret. That is a family member from a male gender that it is lying to you about something. And the tarot cards here are showing that that person wants something you have. Okay? It wants something you have. So what you can do is not allowing them to exert influence. So this isn't just lying about you, it's about lying to you. I mean, they're trying to manipulate you into something, and it is very important to withstand a temptation, and as well, how can I put it into words, taunting, because it's very likely that they can also try to kind of like put you in a situation when you are being a victim of the circumstances through you being taunted into doing something you under normal circumstances you wouldn't do. And the good thing about those cards, the tarot cards, they're showing that even if you are completely gullible about that individual, they still cannot put you so deep into the mud that you will not be able to dig yourself out of it. It is going to be a hassle and unnecessary pleasure doing so. So be vigilant, mate. All right, next, Yalabi. Let's see your prospects about your love life. Well, yeah, but the thing is that I don't know if you will be able to say if that person is manipulating you or not. The good thing, like I said, is that if you even are completely gullible and you allow yourself, not allow yourself, but kind of like happens that you are being beguiled, right? Still things are not gonna go bad for you. It is just is gonna cause an inconvenience. Yeah, taunted or baited. That is something you need to be vigilant about. Well, Yarabi, the time frame is rather wide or large. So we are talking from now up until March, April, May. You're welcome, Taco. I still owe you that Lenormand reading. I just, I wasn't in a state where to make it, mate, but I will deliver. I will deliver. So Yadabi, those are your cards, and I have a really, really good news for you. So within this time frame, from now up until that point, end of May next year, there will be that one guy that will like everything you are. Okay, they just will not wanna change you in any way. They will not have any criticism toward you. That person will just gonna like you for who you are, and is going to be reciprocal, right? And they will come on their own accord. I mean, when that individual shows up, it will be pretty clear that that's the guy. You will have no question about it, right? And by the end of May, all the expectations you do have from your love life are going to be fulfilled. The guys you need to avoid are those that are paying the bill, if you feel what I mean here. The guys that are giving without asking anything in return, at least at the start, and then guilt trip you into them, so to speak. So that is your prospect. And last but not least, News Devon. Let's check what you need to know. You're welcome, Yadabi. There, Newsbone. So next few days are going to be days of conclusion. All right. Next few days, you are going to finalize, tie up a loose ends, either in your job, either in your love life, intimate life, personal life, family life, and so on and so forth. So pretty much you're gonna tie up those loose ends, and the tying up is going to be more of your liking than not. What I mean is that those ends are going to be tied up, not exactly, but pretty much almost the way you like it. And another thing that you do need to know, which, I mean, that is, how can I put it into words? That is something that is going to be beyond your control. But pretty much the people that you're going to deal with within the next few days will have always something to offer. And through it, you are going to feel rather joy and pleasure working, communicating, and having a mutual experience with those individuals. Hello, Rob. I'm good. Surprisingly, I'm quite good. Thank you for asking. All right, guys. That's gonna do it for tonight. Thank you so much for watching, and as well, thank you so much for your generosity. And hopefully, we're gonna see each other next time. Now, until then, bye.